Race number 5 at Ascot. It is a 3-year-old event over the 1200 metres. Mark, plenty of depth in this field, and finally a horse that we've got a lot of time for broke through last start.
Yeah, it was a nice win. Great to see Precious Memories getting the win. That was at Pinjarra. Let's have a look at that win.
1.5 to Wrinkly, and then comes He's a Sure Thing, Nitro Bell, deeper out Lord Ludlow, and that's the Geo. Now the sweepers come with Gadding and Precious Memories. General Hassan at the 200. 1.5 to Precious Memories, reeling it in. Gadding on the outside. Precious Memories goes up to General Hassan, and also Gadding the 3 favourites. Precious Memories just last.
She's all class, Precious Memories. We've seen so many good runs around Whispering Brook, Lusaha, Gatting, all of these types, and we've mentioned that once she gets a kill, maybe she can go on with it. She was able to get the job done last start, beating Gatting narrowly as well. That was over the 1400 metres. Now, there's been a bit of time between the runs. They drop back to the 1200. They get plenty of speed in this race as well, so there's no reason why she can't go back to back.
Yeah, 4 weeks between runs. She'll be fresh as anything. Number 1, G Boss, was very good, chasing Dainty Test last week on the quick back up out to 1200 metres. I think Aaron Mitchell has plenty of options from barrier 5.
Yeah, there's a few question marks here. One we have to say first is that G Boss has got plenty of class, but now does carry the 57.5 kilos, which is more weight than it carried last start, and does stretch out to the 1200 metres, which may be a small concern. But there's not a lot of speed in this race, so can dictate out in front. Certainly a very nice galloper.
Number 2, Ragazzo Doro returns. 1200 metres, probably a bit short for him heading towards a derby, but he's got enough class to play a part in this race.
Yeah, they're trying to keep him really fresh, aren't they? No trial here, hasn't raced since the 10th of December when he was able to win. Go back to the only start over the 1200 metres, was finished second on that occasion, beaten 3 lengths by Cape Lady. Of course, raced in the listed for Ether, finished 3rd in the Group 2 Guinea, so does have class. Will get better as the distance increases, but fresh can certainly play a part in the race. But I'm going to go with number 10, Solorski, which was very impressive on debut, winning by 4 lengths from number 4, Belter, 2 Ragazzo Doro and 1 G Boss.
Adam, I've got number 1, G Boss on top. From the 2, Ragazzo Doro, 10, Solorski, and 5, Precious Memories.
Race number 6 at Ascot, an 1100 event, 72 plus Raider. And Mark, we talked about the speed in the staying race. Well, there is speed everywhere here. A very classy one in 3 votes, but it may just set up for one of these horses wanting to run on strongly.
Yeah, 3 votes was super impressive last start, Adam. Let's have a look at that replay.
Into the straight and it put up 4 lengths on them. Secret Assault down on the fence behind them from Universal Moon. Tommy, who then came Slick Sam deeper out, but the further they go, the further 3 votes increases this lead. And if you're looking at 3 votes for the day, give it to this galloper. He's going to win and win in a canter. 3 votes by 5.5.
What a performance it was there by 3 votes, winning by 5.3 lengths over a nice type in Slick Sam, which we know has been really competitive in recent times. What I liked about the performance here by 3 votes was it was put under pressure through the early stages. The horse on the outside came up, actually went in front. Jared Noski just sat there quietly, knowing the horse that he had underneath him, and then when he pulled the trigger, off they went and won comfortably. The question mark for mine is you've got Agachar Cruz, which will want to go forward. It's It, which will do the same, as will Secret Minx, Chinetti, another type as well. So there will be plenty of speed in this. Will they all do each other in? We'll have to wait and see, but 3 votes out of them, I think, gets the nod.
It could well set up for a horse like Red Paddy or even Kwanzo, who beat 3 votes 2 starts ago.
Yeah, it's interesting taking a look at those. I mean, Red Paddy has genuine Saturday form lines. Will jump out of the ground late from barrier 11. You mentioned Kwanzo, really nice type here. Was beaten by Agachar Cruz last start, gets a 2 kilo swing, but the stablemate gets a 3.5 kilo swing on it for a half length as well, and that's Dutton. Now, Dutton doesn't win out of turn, that must be said, but 5.5 kilos on Agachar Cruz for 3.3 lengths, and then as I said, 3.5 on the stablemate. Was only beaten 2 lengths by Potent Secret as well in the listed Summer Scorchers. So the form lines are there. It's a really intriguing race. We're going to know in the first probably 300 metres how it's going to play out with how much speed there is. But I'm happy to back in number 7, 3 votes from number 8, Red Paddy, which as we said, will be flashing home late. 2, Dutton, and 3, It's It.
Yes, Adam, I've got number 7 on top, 3 votes from 8, Red Paddy, 10, Kwanzo, and 3, It's It.
Race number 7 at Ascot, it's over the 1200 metres. This looks to be a pretty even race, Mark. There's an impressive winner first up last start, but has never won outside of being first up.
Yes, that's Patrimonio you speak of, Adam. Let's have a look at that win.
Little more rain, about a length in front of Nargo. Radiant Girl letting down. In behind them, Red Glow, Mambo Kadzi. Here comes Patrimonio right down the outskirts. Tranquilla Sunrise, Nargo, Mambo Kadzi, Patrimonio. Prime Witness in the middle. It's Patrimonio, Mambo Kadzi, Patrimonio.
It was a nice performance there by Patrimonio, and that's how you have to ride this horse. You need to sit back quietly, come down the middle of the track and get the job done. Now, as I said, Good performance first up. All 3 wins have been first up. So now the question mark is, can they continue that on through this campaign? The second question mark is Barrier 1, and that for me is the big nerves. I just like to see this horse come down the middle of the track. So Patrick Carberry is going to have to position himself that he can roll off the fence, because I think if they do get stuck there, that's race over.
Yeah, I have to agree, Adam, which is why one of my more fancied selections, number 4, Real Icon from the Michael Lane stable, tipping a big day for his stable. The 2 runs this time in have been outstanding, and just the fact that he's drawn 2, he's got Patrimonio inside of him, can hold the running line, should be there in the finish, near the speed as well.
There's a lot of positives here for Real Icon. I'm with you. The 2 runs are very good. That Valderie, Valdera form lines are holding up. It was a nice performance behind Just Act Natural last start as well. Then you add now the 1.5 kilo claim to Aaron Mitchell. Barrier 2, I think this horse can certainly run a bit of a race.
Number 2, Key to Fame, he'll be leading, was caught wide last start only a week ago, back down to 1,200 metres. He's obviously done well in the week leading up to this, Adam, so they thought, why not have a go at 1,200 metres?
The money for this horse last start was ridiculous. I cannot believe the price that it jumped at. They continued to back it in late and was beaten comfortably by Maginica on that occasion, finishing 10 of 12. But what I like about Key to Fame for this race is there's not a lot of speed. Should be able to cross from Barrier 8, either sit outside the leader or lead outright with not much pressure. And I think then the biggest threats are drawn that wide, that it can just kick away at the top of the straight and finish them off. So I'm going to give it a chance. Number 2, Key to Fame, from 4, Real Icon, 3, Patrimonio and 1, Dane Finn.
Number 4, Real Icon on top for me, Adam, from number 3, Patrimonio, 2, Key to Fame and 12, Wicked Hunter.
Final race of the day here at Ascot's, a 66+ event over the 1,500 metres. Plenty of speed to get in this race, but barriers have hurt plenty.
Yeah, they certainly have. Let's have a look at a last start winner, First Affair, winning impressively.
Brayton Headlander Boy led at the 250 from Blitzham Someday. They've booted well clear. First Affair running on down the outside late though. Headlander Boy at the 100 clear. On the outside, First Affair flying. Headlander Boy in front. Look at First Affair. First Affair storming down the outside.
She's been so impressive this campaign. Just continues to get the checks for the team and show some nice performances. Looked as though last start that Headlander Boy had that race well and truly won, but she jumped out of the ground late and was able just to win with ease over those final few stages. Now, I mentioned in the preview here that barriers are going to play a big part. That's what I really like with her here. She's drawn Barrier 4. There'll be plenty of speed coming across. I think she'll just be able to sit there late, get out, show that turn of foot, and she'll probably be too good for this field.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that, Adam. Number 5, Shady Grey. For mine's the best horse in the race, but a very sticky draw here. Has drawn the widest, number 16.
As you said, so much potential this galloper. We saw that again last start to join the Simon Miller stable, winning by a long neck on that occasion. We've talked about the Kiwanzo form lines a little bit earlier as well. So this horse certainly is going well. Out to the 1,500 metres for the first time is intriguing, but the barrier certainly hurts.
Number 3 there, Barracky Beats. Last start when it was impressive. The gear changes did the trick on that occasion.
Don't mind the barrier here for Barracky Beats, because you just don't know what the horse is going to do. It'll either jump perfectly, will cross and lead, or it's going to miss the kick and will drop out to last. So it's all or nothing for this galloper. An impressive winner last start, beating Settlers Creek. Now, we know those form lines have held up because Settlers Creek won the final race last week as well. So there's no reason why Barracky Beats can't win, but I'm just a bit concerned about all of the speed outside with Gloryland, Headlander Boy and Barracky Beats, so they may run each other into the ground.
Adam, you're on top selections for this one.
For that exact reason, I'm going number 6, First Affair, from number 10, Point, which will get a nice run as well. Number 13, Headlander Boy, and at 1, Run Liam Run.
Number 6 on top for me as well, Adam. 6, First Affair, from the 5, Shady Grey, 11, Prying Tom, and 14, King of Woo.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bets of the card, and I'm going to go with race 3, number 5, Royal Star, and race 6, number 7, 3 Votes.
I'm going race 4, number 4, pre-selection, and race 6, number 7, 3 Votes.
As we always do say, you can follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And of course, go to perthracing.com.au. Plenty of event information for this weekend as well, and upcoming events. Hopefully you found you plenty of winners throughout the card. Best of luck.